y'all. So today's our viewer's choice video. Our menu 20 hash brown potatoes with bacon, peppers, and onions. This got the most votes out of the little informal poll I did. So that's the one we're going to be reviewing today. So let's pop this baby open and take a look at it. And I'm actually kind of excited about this. This is one of the menus I have never had, and I have actually been kind of anxious to try. So I had its predecessor, the sausage gravy, which unfortunately that video got corrupted and I was never able to post it. But this one I have been excited to try, and I'm glad that I finally get a chance to. So let's take a look and see what we got here. Alright, and of course, got our nice internal sealed package as well, and you can see that is very tightly vacuum sealed. Alright, now let's pop this bad boy open and see what we got. Of course, first thing we pull out is our main. Hash brown potatoes with bacon, and of course, our topper for it. There's the nutrition packs if you want to take a look at those. Got our accessory packet next. We'll open that up in a second. Got our nut raisin mix. Some crackers. Mountain House dehydrated granola with milk and blueberries. Again, there's the nutrition information. Allow water just chemically purified to stand 30 minutes before adding. Open pouch, remove oxygen scavenger. Never seen oxygen scavenger. I've always called them an oxygen absorber. Add 2 to 4 ounces of water to pouch. Stir and consume promptly. Makes about half a cup. And have our cheese spread, our spoon, beverage base top 3 formulation H, which is the orange juice imitation, so that's going to be good. And of course, hot beverage bag and flameless ration heater. Alrighty, so let's set these right here. We're going to take a quick look at our accessory packet here. It's accessory packet A, which means it's got coffee, cream, and sugar, and the matches, which of course we can see right on the top. Our usual DD Bean and Son matches. Purveyor of fine military ration matches for, probably as long as there's been MREs, and even probably before that. Our usual moist towelette. Sugar, and we got a coffee type 3 goodie, because the new stuff they've been putting in is total crap in my opinion. The iodized salt that we never use, creamer non-dairy, our Lighthouse bog roll, and the cinnamon chewing gum. So alright, well, let's get this stuff heated up and get us a breakfast meal started, because it's the morning time. I ain't ate yet, and y'all know, don't try to get between a fat man and his food. So be right back. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our beverages going here. We're going to start with the coffee, sugar, and cream. Now, got me some nice hot water going. You can see the steam coming off of it. To which we add coffee granules, That took a moment to open up correctly. Our powdered non-dairy creamer. And our tightly packed sugar. There we go. Ironically enough, this is the only time I add sugar to any of my beverages anymore. I went strictly to artificial sweeteners for both my Southern tea and my coffees. So adding actual sugar is something I only do for reviews now. So, alright, we have our beverage base, Orange Type 3, Formulation H sugar free. It says to add it to 20 ounces of bottled water, but we are going to stick with just a good old-fashioned canteen cup with 20 ounces of water in it. You can see how that's going in perfectly. There we go. I got my trash bag over here. I keep filling up. Now, let's get a little stirring going on here. Alright, start with our coffee. And you can see that mixes up really well. Then our orange. And the last time I had this stuff, I had a good opinion as to what it tasted like. I want to see if it still gives me that feeling. If it does, we'll go into that. Alright, so next we're going to do our dehydrated granola, and it says to add the water to the pouch after you remove the oxygen absorber, but I'm going to actually put it out in a bowl so you can see it and see what it's like. Don't see the oxygen absorber right off, so let's just pour it out and get it out here. There we go. Alright. Let me get these put in the trash here. Now, that's what you see when you open it up. You can tell it has the powdered milk in there. You can see the granola, the grains, the dehydrated blueberries. This is actually going to be the first time I have ever put water in this. Normally, I'll just pop the pouch open and eat it straight out of there. But since it says add the water, that's what we're going to do this time. 2 ounces. Give it a quick little stir, let that rehydrate a little bit. And automatically you can see it turning purple. There we go. You know, pardon Marco in the background. He's doing his little excited dance. He's hoping some pieces drop. I never have to worry about having a clean floor when I'm cooking when him and Sadie are around. Oh, he knows I'm talking about him. He had to go get some more food out of his bowl. Alright, so next we're going to go ahead and pop open our crackers here. These are really nicely vacuum sealed. So let's see if we get our hiss. Oh yeah, good hiss there. Alrighty. And we actually pulled them out in one solid piece. We have our nut raisin mix, and I'm pretty sure this is just going to be the bog standard. Peanuts, raisins, walnuts, almonds, filberts. And you can read all the rest of those chemicals in there that they put in for preservatives. There you go. Now, to me, that'd make a good walking around snack for later. Something you keep in your pocket, and that nice little brunch time between breakfast and lunch, something you can pop out and snack on. And of course, got our cheese spread. I've already got it nice and kneaded. And we're going to put a little bit out on a cracker here. But not all of it, because I've already heard rumors about this one, that it's really good if you add a little bit of cheese to the hash browns. And it just puts them over the top. So now we're going to put our salt, wet nap, bog roll, chewing gum, and matches in the other little accessory part of the tray. Now, I've got the main heating up over on the side. Let me go grab that and I'll be right back. Alright, so we got our main back. And just to be safe, I also brought some hot sauce packets with me, because everything's better with hot sauce. Alright, so let's get this main out on a tray and give this stuff a try. Alrighty. Now, one thing I've noticed, for a while they were doing the little arch cuts for tearing on the ends, which is really good for opening up to eat, but now they started going back up here. I don't know if it was just one company doing it or if it was just something they did for a while. Just found that very interesting that they're varied like that now. Alright. And of course this one's wanting to be difficult, which is why we always keep a knife handy. There we go. Well, this one's really wanting to be difficult. I won't open it at all. There she goes. Alright, so this is looking very interesting. Let's get this out here. So there's definitely some kind of sauce in with it, that is for sure. But it is shredded. Ooh. Just got hit with the smell of that sauce. It's definitely a nice savory type smell. not 100% recognizing it. You know what? Let me take a look at this. Give me just a second here. Put my trash in my bag. Let me bring this out here. Alright, ingredients: water, fully cooked bacon bits, smoke flavoring, dehydrated potatoes, modified food starch, dehydrated green bell peppers, dehydrated onions, salt, spice. I don't know, I'm getting almost kind of like a beefy smell, like they used a beef bouillon type base. I don't know, it's unusual. Maybe it's just the savoriness from the onions and the spices. Well, we'll find out. So, alright, you can see that, of course, the water turned purple. And even though we went with the lowest recommendation, it's good and soupy, so I definitely wouldn't have went with the 4 ounces. Definitely stay back with 2. So, alright, here's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to separate some of this out because I am going to put some cheese on part of this, so it can go ahead and start getting nice and warm. There we go. We'll save just a little bit in the pack just in case now. Alright, so let's start off with the basics. We're going to start with the nut raisin mix. Alright, you can see just basic nuts, basic raisins. Let's get an almond and a hazelnut in there with it because it looks like all I grabbed was peanuts. So, nice little mix up there. Yep. Same standard nut raisin mix. So, nothing special, nothing big about that one. From what I hear, some of the newer ones have actually started putting in some different mixes, trail mix recovery type things. It's supposed to be really good. Now, as you can see, both crackers came out perfectly whole. We're going to break off part of this one here and give her a try. Just cracker by itself. Definitely got some good freshness to it, flakiness. I do miss the older crackers where you could see salt crystals on them and they had that taste of salt to them. These don't have any salty flavor at all, which in some situations may be good, but personally I kind of miss it. Now, going in with the cheese, this is the good stuff. Yep. There's just something about the MRE cheese and crackers. It's just like almost the perfect snack. I don't know what it is, but it's just so good. Now we're going to try this granola real quick. You can see the blueberries plump back up, so they did rehydrate. You can see the grains, and to me this seems like less of like the European muesli, which of course always says you can use hot or cold water. This one didn't specify, but I can't see this one using hot water for some reason. Maybe it's just because I grew up with cold cereals. The only things we ate hot were grits and rice for breakfast, so we didn't do much in the way of oatmeal. So to me, cereals cold, grits, you know, rice for breakfast, that's hot stuff. Definitely you get that morning bowl of cereal feel out of it. Almost like you need some Saturday morning cartoons to go with it. So it's definitely a good bowl of cereal. Honestly though, me personally, I think I would just stick with eating it dry. I mean, it's good, but I don't know. Alright, so let's try one more bite and then we'll get to the mains. Yeah, that's good, don't get me wrong. You got the milkiness, the sweetness, the fruity flavor with the grains. It's a good mix. Let's get a little something to drink here. Let me take a sip of this orange drink and then I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it. Because if it's the same as it was last time, then I know the exact perfect way to describe it. Oh, this is slightly different than last time. Last time I had this, what it brought to mind was Tang. The original astronaut beverage, as it was eloquently known back in the 60s and 70s. It was supposed to be like a dehydrated or freeze-dried orange juice substitute. The last time I had one of these, that is what it reminded me of. This time, it's almost like somebody added a little bit of Tang to a bottle of orange Gatorade is what it's almost coming across like this time. Like they went more towards the electrolyte and less towards the orange juicy feel. Yeah, it's definitely not like it was before. It's good, don't get me wrong, it's still good. Good orange flavor, not too sweet. I mean, it's an artificial orange flavor, but it's a good orange flavor, not too sweet. So, definitely can't argue with it. Alright, let's have some coffee, y'all. Yep, good type 3, middle of the road coffee. Ain't much else can be said about that hadn't already been said. Alright, so let's try these hash browns. Well, they ain't scattered, smothered, and covered from the Waffle House, that's for sure. Honestly, if I was sitting at a camp and I was having these for breakfast, I wouldn't worry about doing a flameless ration heater. I'd actually pull out my mess kit and fry them up for a few minutes. They're missing that. I don't know, when you do hash browns, you get a little bit of, if you cook them correctly, you get a little bit of crispiness from them, from the frying of them, which of course you can't do in packaged items like this. That's the only thing they're missing, is just that little bit of crispy fried flavor. So, other than that, I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong, they're really good. Definitely need some hot sauce. I'll remedy that in a second. But they're good, so let's try this. Well, first of all, let me do this, because I didn't do that when I took my bite. Give you a good look at what they look like here. Alright, so let's try a little bit of the cheesy with them. See if that does make a difference. Oh yeah, that makes a big difference. Adding that bit of cheese really does top them off. That's a good call. That is a really good call. So, all right, and add a little sriracha sauce. the rest, the cheesiness. Alright, so let's give it a try with a little bit of that sriracha to see how much that helps it. It's a good addition. Adds a little bit of heat, a little bit of that tomatoey taste. So let's try a little bit of all of it. Cheese, sriracha, and hash browns. Oh, that's, ooh. Okay. Adding in the sriracha and the cheese that's how it needs to be done. Add in some cheese, add in a little bit of sriracha, because what happens is the savoriness of the cheese mixed with the potatoey flavor. What it does is it actually brings out the sweetness of the sriracha. Because you know tomatoes have that natural bit of sweetness. It brings that out in it, and it just really makes it taste completely different. So yeah, definitely add a little bit of cheese and a little bit of sriracha. Alright, I'm going to wipe my hands down real quick because I got a little extra cheese and everything on it. So, alright, well, I tell you what, folks, I'm very pleased with this menu. I'm very happy with it. Definitely going to be one that I look for in the future. I think this one might end up staying around for a while in the MRE rotation. At least I kind of hope it does. So, well, I'm going to go finish breakfast, y'all. This is Orlando. That was the menu 20 hash browns with peppers and onions, along with the granola and the sides. So, definitely a star winner in my book. Y'all folks have a good one.